Hello and welcome everyone, I'm C.S.Gilmore and this is V Rising. Now, this is a game you can play online and deal with other people. Rent a dedicated server or set up your own. Host your own world where you may invite some kids. Basically, solo play where you could do specific invites. More of a general server, but you run it looks like, or just general online play where you could be running with complete strangers. I'm not a big fan of that type of gameplay, so we're going to stick with solo. Let's go with normal. Let's change this to Mordor doesn't, just for fun. You have to put in a weird password, even though it doesn't really matter all that much. Unless you're actually inviting people. Alright. So, yeah, this game you play as a vampire. And I believe it's set in the Castlevania universe? Or at least has a lot of characters from Castlevania. So I'm pretty sure it's set in that universe. I'm not sure timeline-wise or canon level, like what level of canon it is compared to that world. Yeah. It's an interesting setup though. We'll get some lore here in a minute.
This was ours. We ruled this land. We owned the night. But man rose up against us. We were overthrown. For centuries, hidden away in darkness, tortured by thirst, choking down dust, starving, until now, our hunt begins again.
Alright, so we got male body, female. Don't know why the male body is so weirdly out of proportion with a ridiculously large upper body. But, you know, it is what it is. You get some interesting facial choices, too. Oh, that's just disturbing. Yeah, that's actually way more terrifying for me. Hair, a little bit of that, how about? Give it some actual color. Only a little. Facial features, meh. Funny ears. Yeah. Alright. Press space to wake up.
I am alive.
Alright. You can zoom in, I guess, if you really want to get a loose look at things. But I find that being zoomed out is probably the preferable state of things. Just for general movement and working with everything you gotta work with. Some items in the environment are destructible, others aren't. And sometimes... Now this is just like... Basically we're in the tutorial zone right now. So grabbing a few things here and there, probably not a bad idea, but I would say don't worry too much about it. You'll get plenty of opportunities to grab stuff later if not. And I don't know, they seem to work pretty well for this game as a design, though you can definitely go into areas you are not leveled for. And even so, the areas that you are leveled for sometimes have stuff wander in that you are not leveled for. It's an interesting design game. And you'll really, right now we don't really get a good sense of that, just from the starting point. Grabbing a few things here. I'm hoping to get enough bones out of these random drops to get this first quest sorted out right away. Because you get these objectives up in the top left. And that's your basic progression. Alright. Got that. Now I just gotta get that. So look at the stance views. I find something about that stance for the climb just makes me think it's kind of funny. All right, claim.
An achievement, to be sure.
Now he tells us we can go into crafting. Let's give ourselves a bone sword to work with. Basic basics, but it'll speed things up considerably. Oddly enough, you can harvest wood with basically anything, and sword, an actual axe. And I've noticed the trees last for about 100. You'll need a lot of wood, depending on what you want to build. And my advice here is based mostly on a few hours I played earlier today, just when after I got the game. So, still a lot for me to learn. I wanted to try a game out that was a little different, and that would, like this game I should be able to a lot easier just put down whenever I need to, and pick up again, like have a save on the spot type deal. Which is a nice touch of things. What is this? Newly awakened PvP protected. That's fine, I'm in an area where I'm in a setup where there should be no PvP because I have not activated anything that could allow it. I don't want to deal with that. I have noticed that if you like hit multiple items at once, the general harvesting is slower for the item overall. Like one of them will go faster than the others, and then the others will go slower. But you still get harvesting out of them, so hitting multiples at a time is still probably faster than just going one at a time. Alright, that's right. I can collect rats. I have enough to make a bone ring. Yes. Spell power. Yay. Claim.
Recognize my power.
Alright, let's move along a little bit after here. Do probably want to grab some of that stone. Don't worry about resources, by the way. Stuff seems to respawn in over time. So, as far as I know, you don't have to worry about running out of anything. I know the monsters respawn for sure, and I think some of the other stuff does too. Alright, new spell. go.
Yet another accomplishment.
Yes, the spell that I never used. Like, I used it like a couple times, then just didn't really bother with it. It's a counter spell. I just prefer to dodge out of the way of enemy shots, so. Alright, if you've done that, requirements met. Grab a bit more stone before we go. You do have an inventory, so you do have to watch what you like. You have limitations on what you can pick up. Thankfully, the slots for everything seem to be pretty well balanced out. Like, one stack of stone goes up to 1,000. One stack of wood goes up to 1,000. I think so. The others, some other items, the stacks are lower, but like I remember, like, what would be a good example? Copper ore going up to like 260 or 80, if we exactly. So yeah, some of it is like, some of it is a little limited, but hey, we can work with it. Alright, I think we can rate this. Yes. For starting off is to just raid a few of these jars and these crypts, or whatever you want to call them, these tubes that you can actually pop open and grab stuff out of. Not particularly concerned about the native. They are squishy. But that's to be expected. This is a tutorial zone. Now, I will say, unfortunately, yes, this is as fast as I can run. Unless I've completely misplanned it, allows me to move faster. But before too long, we'll get something that will help us move faster. It will take a little bit, but not too long. Grab the rats. Rats are good as a emergency blood supply for the moment. They're not like a good blood supply. They give you the frail blood status, so it's not the best. But it's better than nope, which means you can't do a lot of stuff. Alright, let's see here. Anything I can raid over here? The rats, okay. Oddly enough, can't do anything with those. Sometimes stuff is just lying on the ground, sometimes yeah. Ah, there's something I can raid. I always forget I can't actually get that. It feels like I should be able to. Alright, we're gonna want these bones. Bones serve some interesting purposes, other than being turned into ornament. At some point, you also need them for various other methods, various other supplies. One of which is have a brazier that creates shade, because you have a day-night cycle in this game. Avoid getting lost. Welcome to the map. It's about to get a lot bigger though. We're in a very small tutorial map right at the moment. In a short while here, we'll be getting a ginormous map. Alright. Got all that. There's some places to raid. Those for the harvesting of stuff. Diablo-y in that your abilities have cooldowns, but they're not bad cooldowns, so yeah. And rats have a stack limit of 10 of them. If you ever wonder what your abilities do, you can always just scroll over them. Launcher, projectile that deals 190% magic damage and inflicts siege. That's the spell I've been using. And there's dash and elude nearby enemies. Your next primary attack deals bonus damage and heals. And heals for 5% of your maximum. And then the counter was block and project attacks for a few seconds. Second half, blocking attack triggers a blood nova that pushes enemies away. And inflicts leech, turn immaterial for when this effect triggers. Yeah. So it's a good defensive ability for the most part, but it's also not really my style. Alright, this should be enough bone to last us for a bit on a few of our needs. Just want to double check down here, isn't anything of interest. There we go. Alright, I think we're good to leave. Gotten a good bit of resources out of this whole place. And most of what we can, like, anything we can get in here, we can get elsewhere as well. So, time to head out. Enter Farbane. So, from here you get to pick two starting points. Here or here. East or west. And let's pick east. Now, from here you could go right back in if you wanted, I guess, but don't really
recognize my power.
Crafting. Yes, now we can make some actual clothes.
I require more resources to make that.
Yeah. Alright, it's auto-equipping those, which is nice. Now we gotta go kill things. Something over here. I'm dead. Okay. Not really what I need. So some good resource harvesting spot here. I mean, again, about 3 trees at a time this way. As you can see, like, only one of them goes up fast, and then the others go really slowly. Now that means only 2. One of them goes up fast, and one goes up immediately. Thankfully, I don't have to dodge the tree. Alright. Now, also nice is you can work with the sun a bit. If you stay out in it too long, you start burning up. But if you get into the shade, you're okay. But if you stay out in the sun for much longer, a little teeny bit longer than I did there, you'll start taking damage fast. Alright, we've got a Farbane Woods Waygate. That'll be a good... This will be a respawn point in some cases, like, and also a useful point to work with. Alright. So you can drink blood to refill your blood supply. I just drank some really garbage 1% blood, so that's not going to do me a lot of good. If you get better blood quality, you get better boons and bonuses for a while. But over time, you still have to drink more blood because you run out. Alright. Let's see. We need to kill some critters because we need the material for our armor. One of the fun. Oh, another fun point here is like you see this wolf going after the deer and whatnot. Even a oh come back. Like you can see this happen even with like the bosses and things. Like sometimes you'll find a boss and a stronger boss has killed a weaker boss, and you can just go and drain intestines and whatnot for cheap because you don't have to actually fight it. Okay, there we go. Just gotta grab those. Alright, let me see here. Should be able to build both of these now. There we go. Claim.
An achievement, to be sure.
My level's going up because my gear's getting better. You don't level up in the same way you normally would in like a lot of these sorts of games. Like most of these sorts of games, you would level up by combat or completing quests. Necessarily, this one is less about leveling up through quests and more leveling up through. You have to drain specific boss types. You have to defeat them and drain them because then you get certain new crafting recipes, new abilities, etc. and so forth. For those, excellent. So it says like this has a greater effect on wood, has a greater effect on rocks and minerals. I honestly haven't noticed a major difference, at least with the early level stuff. Alright, we gotta get more essence, meaning we gotta kill more living things. Ooh, that one. I should have fed on that one. I got a little hasty on the kill. I guess it maybe is slightly more effective on the wood for speed, but only by a tiny margin right now. Maybe once I get better equipment, it'll actually be noticeably faster. Really cool note of this also is, as you like say, if I chop down this tree, I no longer get shade from that tree. So you kind of want to be a little careful about how you go about it. If you chop down too much stuff in the wrong areas, you might find yourself in trouble. Arbane, Hollow Mountains. So yeah, this map is enormous. Hidden Cemetery. You can get bones here. Who will guess? Waygate. Some of the areas like show up. Ooh, this is an area where I could build a base potentially. That's an area. Yeah, certain areas register differently. A little too far into the sun. Yeah, I guess it does work better. Like I said, it's not a huge difference, so don't worry about it too much. Oh, that's cool looking. This seems questionable. There's some really cool pieces you can just stumble across in the general area. Alright, so the question is, where do I want to build my first base? Also, don't freak out about where you want to build your base first too badly, because you can always change your base location later. They even have a thing which literally will teleport your base. So, picking to build a base in one spot and then deciding I don't like it here, or hey, I found a better spot, is not the end of the world. It just takes a bit of resources and time.
Material is too strong.
Bandit camp for certain resources. I should probably go check this area out. There's a target for what I need. You can feed while you're under attack, but you do leave yourself open to attack. So I knew these guys can't kill me though, so I wasn't too worried about it. That was better. Good. That moose is way higher level than me. Should probably be careful about that. Blood rose. Okay, that's a new resource. Let's grab that. Pollen. Alright. Looks like a fishing spot. I know there's fishing. There are some
An achievement to be
fish
sure.
related in this game. Haven't gotten into it before. Got copper here. This seems like a good spot to end up staying at the base. Let's go take a look. There or there? Let's see what we're dealing with. And do I have to oust any particularly violent locals before I can set up? It would be a real problem to, say, set up a base, or start setting up a base and then find out that there is a monster here that is severely over my capabilities. I think we're good. This gives us way more room to deal with than I expected. We have a lot of ground to cover. We could definitely build something out of it. Over there has a bear and some other stuff. Yeah, so let's build over on this side. Where do we want to begin? How about we just make a little green? Alright, this gives us a bit of a spot. Let's build. Have enough essence. The heart of your domain, as long as it contains blood essence, it will power your castle and keep it from decaying. You can expand your territory with foundations and floors originating from the heart. If the heart is destroyed, your entire castle crumbles. So, especially if you're playing with other people, that could be a problematic situation.
The castle heart is starving. I must feed it.
Something I haven't figured out is, let me take 20 from this. I want to keep 5 in case I need for other stuff. Like this says last 2 hours. I don't know if that's in gameplay or if if the timer continues when you're not playing it. That's something I have not
Yet another accomplishment.
looked into. I could see it being that way. There's no way. Yeah, I could see it being that way, like the timer on your castle's auto maintenance running down constantly even when you're not playing, just because of this is designed as a multiplayer setup. But at the same time, I kind of hope it's not, just because I don't want to have to deal with that kind of thing. Blood rose seed. Okay. Let's see if we can secure our border a little bit. Clear this out a bit. Okay. Build. Floor. Can't build there because I have to actually connect it to the heart.
This will
You
not
can change
work.
the color a bit, but it just changes like the dirt and stuff between. There's stuff in the way still. Okay, let's clear this out before so I can build it over to there. The reason I want to do this is I want to build some walls and things in specific areas. Particularly, I want to put a door over in the way of people just walking into my base. NPCs particularly. Though some stuff can still spawn, but since there's no creatures apparently on this area, I think we're okay there. Let's see. Walls. Can I just build walls? Requires floor. Okay, yeah. So I do have to build the floor over to it. There we go. Wall. There. Wall there. And for the sake of getting this objective done, let's put the floor there. Let's see. It is quite a ways over to this other bridge. That is a problem. In some regards, I do have a limited number of
I cannot build
flooring
here.
I can put down for my current level of dungeon heart. But we'll make it work. So for now, we'll just put a wall up here to complete the objective. You can always tear it down later. It's super easy. Just on the build menu, you go over something and you hold space and it tears it down.
An achievement, to be sure.
You're good. Shelter and storage. Alright, I need my spawn point. I'm gonna want a mist brazier. About here. Some storage units. Okay, that should do it for the initial startup there.
Recognize my power.
Let's take all these bones, stick them in here. Pause during the night. That's a really handy feature. It'll just auto pause using that during the night when I don't need it. But during the day, this will create a small radius of shade that I can just work in. Alright, now we need to make some more general products. Build. Knowledge. Altar of Recollection. Let me reset your spellbook choices. That's kind of nice if you decide, hey, I picked a spell when I leveled up something, didn't like it, want to re-choose. For the moment, let me get some more general building done in this area. And I know this seems a little slow at the moment. I do apologize for that. It's just, you know, I like to set my base well. I don't like to just toss things together too much on some of these things. When I'm actually establishing a base, I want it to be functional enough to work for what I want it to do. Alright, let's... But for now, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Like I said, it's very easy to just move things around later. And we'll get better floors and walls and everything later as well, I believe. Let me build. I need production. I need sawmills. These don't have to go on a floor. That's nice. One there and one there. Let me build. Let's see, how far out does this go? Pretty well. Put a floor under them anyway, so I can build walls.
I cannot build here.
I goofed up. I see what I did. Okay, you can just move stuff. That's nice. Move these over just for a moment. While I get some walls put in, they'll help create shade under certain conditions. Okay, now we can put these in place. There we go. Sawmills. Caught on fire a little bit there. It's okay. Get both of those working. I usually like to make more than one because it takes a while for some of these things to process and refine, and I don't want to have to wait for it super duper long before I can build other things. And I imagine that's only going to increase as time goes on and more things become like higher level items need refining, etc. Gotta let those work for a moment because I need them to build up before I can make a simple workbench because I need planks. In the meantime, we'll just do a little work around clearing the place. That's giving me a lot what I need. Those are not working to block much right at the moment. My Brazier's working its job just fine. I've got enough to make my workbench now. Do we need a blood press? Workbench first. Where do I want them? How about here? then, once I get more planks, I can build some of the other things I want. But now I can make some better equipment for myself. Important thing is this does not auto-equip it to me. It puts it in here instead. Alright, that gives me some better equipment overall. Still gotta get a few more things. Get some more blood essence. And make a blood bone ring. And if I get more planks, I can make these tools, which will let me harvest some better resources overall. There we go, let those get to work. Let me get a better... what do I want? Let's get a better reinforced bone mace and a better axe. We'll get a better sword just to get better. There we go. Alright, now we should have enough leveling to get copper ore harvested as well as to harvest gems. I don't know the purpose of gems just yet. Alright, I did see some good copper deposits down here. Let's go see if we can grab. Oops, this one. Yeah, that's a little faster than I'm here to try to be. Fill up anyway, so that works. Alright, so yeah, this early bit, we're going to be just doing a quick bit of overall work on our resource gathering because we need better equipment before we get into the main bulk of what we'd be doing to really expand our options.
I'm not making a dent.
Okay, that thing requires something more. Let's see here. Careful, man. We'll say I need the essence. I think I have enough to build the things I want now. Back over to the workbench. Let's get our blood ring. There we go. That
Recognize my power.
now we have blood track. So here's where a lot of the game is involved. It's just getting your gear up enough so you can actually stand a chance against various monsters and creatures that you can encounter, and hunting them down. And then as you do, you get new powers, you get new abilities, you get new crafting recipes, all sorts of things. Our best start is the Alpha of the White Wolf, which will give us the ability to turn to a wolf, which runs a lot faster. The trail of this scent bears the unmistakable signature of Dracula, the immortal king. When Dracula fell, he cursed the world of Vordoran with a blood rain, a scourge in which many perished. Some who survived became unknowingly twisted by the downpour, their bloodlines forever empowered by his malice. This mighty predator is infused with that legacy. And on track, it gives you a loose idea of how far away, distance far away, and the rough direction. Let's put the rest of this in here. And if you get killed, you just drop some of your stuff, so you have to go back and get it. So we're going to just stick stuff in storage for the moment. Wait, unless I... Ooh, never mind. Actually, I just realized I need that out because I can build some things I didn't realize I could. Build furnace. Those. Used up most of my copper ore, but it'll give me a start on that process. Alright. Let's get the blood press. I want one of those right now. Some of these things in here. And I'll start making me blood essences to work with. That'll be good. No flour. I do have blood rose seeds. Should be able to plant those, I believe. Growing plots. Let's just do this right here. Then inventory 4. There we go, planted. Large plot. Alright. So I should grow that. Kitty, what are you doing? Vermin nest. A nest for luring vermin into your castle. Blood press. That. Let's just build one of these for now, just to build it and see how it goes. Let's put it over here. How does this one work? Put in bone and plant fiber to get rats. Put in fish bone and plant fiber to get giant rat. Put in grave dust and unsullied heart to get Nibbles the putrid rat. Bandy, the kitty is gonna stay here. You can whine about it all you want. Go lie down in your own bed or something. You've got plenty of other places you can lie down other than the couch. Yeah? Whining at me about it isn't gonna change anything. It's like, why? You could make the mean kitty go away, right? Let's just build this for the sake of building it. Even though I'm probably not going to do much with that, because at least not anytime soon. You can make, if you are playing with other people around, enemy players can't loot items from this container. Does take a bit to build it because you need planks instead of just wood. Also, recollection. You can reset specific schools. You get, depending on what you kill, you get some different things from it. Andy, give it a rest. Alright. Otherwise, that's all set for the time being. Let's just storage things. I'll worry about organizing it all later. There actually might be one more thing I want to build. In the crafting bench. I don't have nearly enough copper for any of those. Reinforced stone, spear, stone. Nice. Let me.
I am missing key ingredients.
Oh, I'm low on stone as well. Alright. Let me. There we go. Now I should have more than enough to build everything I want. Alright, first I have to go into this crafting. Build a bone spear. Vermin salve. Maximum health over 50%. The healing effect is limited when in combat and breaks upon taking damage. Alright, so it's a faster way to heal than I might have otherwise. Now I can build a better spear for this. There we go. Now this way I'm at least decently armed. Okay, the wolf. Where is the wolf? In relation to me this way? Alright, getting close to sunrise, which could be problematic. But we'll risk it. We need to really go out here to get more resources anyway. Find more copper, find more everything. Something killed something else here. Got a nice blood level compared to what I've been getting. Oh, hello. Forest Dweller is much higher level than I am. No. Okay, we're gonna feed on you just for the sake of killing you quicker, because nasty. Okay. If I hold control, I do have a blood mend ability. Uses some blood to heal myself over time. Difficult still during the process, though, which is problematic.
I rejuvenate.
There we go. Alright, now comes the tricky bit of we've got to watch where we go. Wolf is this way. Something I do like also is some of these bosses are a bit more stationary, but some of them do wander, like they follow troll routes. So, and like I said, sometimes you'll get one boss will run into it, or one group of enemies will run into another group of enemies, and they'll kill each other, or seriously injure each other. So you can take full advantage of it. Sometimes easier than other times. What's up here? Bandit camp, coarse threaded paper. Bandit camp, coarse threaded paper. Well, I need more essence, so let's maybe do a little clean. Oops, that didn't quite do what I wanted. Thankfully, these guys are pretty weak. Okay. Yeah, that gives us some nice items. I don't have a ton of use for some of this stuff just yet, but I know we'll want it later. Ooh, they have a chest up there. Shinies? Shinies?
Blood sustains me.
Ooh, a warrior with 90%. That's actually really good. They'll want that. Gotta be careful not to accidentally kill. Okay, let me check that. Ooh, 90%. Give me some sweet stuff. Increased weapon charge gain, weapon skill power. Yeah. Okay. I want to keep that as long as I can, so no drinking anyone else. Unless it's really, really good. A villager. Interesting. Yeah. Honestly, don't care about killing you right now. Don't really see much need in it. Alright, let's keep going with our task. That way. That way. Probably should patch up real quick.
From my veins, I rejuvenate.
Which would be the best way around here? I want to go down and around, up. I think up, because then I can cut through that. Oh, hey there. energizing. That'll make my life easier for travel.
My blood, restore my body.
Let's keep my health up. Look at the details here. Like, you see, the shadow work in this game is phenomenal. Like, you actually see it shift with time and general, like, things going on. It's a really nice touch. Now this looks like it was an old vampire's place, design-wise. Given that that looks like an old blood altar, or well, the old blood fountains where the heart of my building is kind of located. Okay. Oh, I need more copper. How's my inventory looking? I just got play roll. Distance nearby. We're getting closer. Where are you? Wolf Den. Cave passage. Alright, well this is all looking promising for what I'm looking for. Potentially... There are a lot of bones in here. There's our target. Alpha the big they die with Nita. Fix the track. So the downside of these is they do take longer to drain, so if you're in a hostile area, you're in trouble.
Of knowledge.
I do like this effect where it knocks out a bunch of the stuff in the surroundings though, so you can get like a quick harvest if you do get it. Alright, now we can get along a little faster with a few things. Alright, and this will make our travel much easier.
Recognize my power.
Hunt additional V-Blood, discover new spells, and use the spellbook menu to equip a spell. Unlocks Blueprint Research Desk. Now we can transform, great. Before we do that, let's see if we can find this cave entrance and see how that works. 'Cause I don't know. I don't have a way to harvest that. Alright, it's up there, I think, judging from that red gash. And I don't know how to get up to that. Maybe that's something we'll get ability-wise later. Well, at least we got added to the map, I guess, then. That's a big town of potential trouble for us. Alright. We've got him, and it fills in his picture now that we've got it. Now we've got these ones and these ones. Nearby, far away, very close. Rufus the foreman. A lieutenant of the bandit force is charged with looking over the logging camp. Just look, because he's an expert woodcut worker doesn't mean he doesn't know his way around a crossbow, though. He didn't rise up in the bandit ranks for nothing. Blood spell point, woodworking bench, simple furniture, dueling banner, crossbow. See down there? Yep, there he is right there. I mean, we're right in the area. And I'm feeling pretty confident I can take him.
An intruder, huh? Guess I have to handle this myself. Start running.
I think we could include his own guy there. A lot of bugs in on this. That's bad for me.
It's quick. Start running. Think you're quicker than things. You're dead on your feet. Quick. Start running. My blood. Think restore my body.
Alright, I'm gonna try to grab that health orbit. Never mind, it just disappeared. That's not helpful. Can't move fast enough.
Quick. Start running.
No, you die. Give me your blood. He got a lot closer to killing me than I thought he
would. Taste of knowledge.
Alright. Second one down. So I noticed that blood doesn't throw off my 90% on that, or counter that blood area in general. What's that, clay? Okay. J for spellbook. Blood points. Blood Rage. Heals nearby allies with your spell power. Apply for a fading haste. It increases movement speed, attack speed, inflicts leech on nearby enemies. Could I just upgrade this? No? Alright, well, let's unlock that. I guess just to get that done, Spell School Mastery. Your affinity for a magical school grows as you acquire new spells, bestowing unique mastery traits. The amount of health recovered when using Bloodbend. Nice.
Sanguine regeneration.
Yeah, okay. Work with that. I should probably head back to the camp soon, just because of don't want to get too much trouble here. The Frost Archer is the next nearby one. Goldhard Bandit Lieutenant, she oversees the animal husbandry and leather tanning camp in Farbane. Once a member of the Dunley militia, she was removed from her position for brutal battlefield decision-making. Aside from being a crack shot, her entire arrows rain down icy death. Sounds unpleasant. That way? Skeleton. Well, I need more bones. roughly are we talking? I can use that. Ooh, more copper. You know, I think I'm gonna retreat back to my base for the moment. I'm way out here, and for my general placement, bandit logging camp, we just went through that. Figure out where this other one's at, but for now, I think I want to fall back just because I want to try and build some better equipment. I've got some sources of copper now, and I don't want to waste that. And risk losing it being killed far away from home. Let's try.
Step into a new.
I am still sensitive to sunlight even in wolf form, though. That's my understanding, so I do have to be careful there. Upside is we move faster, so should be able to get to the shade a little faster. If I attack or something, I'll immediately pop out of this one. Alright, making good progress. Yeah, this is much faster than on foot normally. I got them fighting each other. Oh, that's problematic. Okay, they can multiply. Ooh, I got pinned. Okay, so if that thing catches me, it
Blood sustains
spawn a bunch of minions. That's not cool. I have to get some fresh blood soon. Yeah, didn't really get anything majorly good out of that, but yeah, at least I'm filled up again. Time to get back to the camp. I wonder what the potential drops from one of those forest dwellers actually is. Because, like, if there's anything good potential drop-wise. Because it feels like you get a whole lot of fight for not a lot of payoff. So maybe they're just one of those better avoided fights. should have enough copper here to make enough ingots to get a better piece of equipment. Okay, first, toss those in there so they can start being used for something. Toss that in there. Toss that in there. Toss some more wood in there. There we go. About half of that. And toss that in there. Oh. See, that's just enough in the sun. Castle! Guess what? I have a lot of blood to give. Essence-wise, let's keep 35 out. How are my mismeasure going? Still got plenty of bones. Excellent. Alright, so yeah, what do I want to make weapon-wise here? Copper crossbow. Ranged weapon that fires long-range bolts. That is tempting. I do like to keep myself at range more, as far as my style usually goes. This, but then first spear is also good. Copper mace would be nice just for, I'm betting it's strong enough to harvest some of the other things I couldn't harvest before. Not sure what blood rose is for, but I'm guessing there'll be an alchemical ingredient later on that we can work with. That's coming along. We'll harvest a few resources while we and work on the basic design a bit while we wait for some of these things to process. Make the base look nice. Alright, that cleans up a lot of... That cleans up a lot of my general work area. Crafting wise, we can now make woodworking bench. That'll be nice. Miscellaneous. Various decorative furniture. Dignity bench. Huh. Alright, gonna have to work on some of that. They do give you a lot of nice, just cosmetic stuff. And I can build a second castle heart. I don't know how that would affect things in some cases. But I don't really want to put the resources into it right now.
This will not work.
Alright, almost got this cleared off there. Stairwell's cleared. Yeah. Palisade entrance. Palisade door. There we go. Now stuff can't just walk up my stairwell and be in my base. Hopefully. We work on this other side. Build. Where is it? Walls. Ah, okay, options. Oh, it breaks off from that option. Okay, I was wondering how I got that. Alright, entrance, that, and that. Alright. I'm feeling much better about my general defensibility now. Let's get our resources. Oh, yes. That is a lot of planks to work with. Yes, and yes. Okay, we can build some things. First, let's build a woodworking bench. What do I want to build? Let's put you down here. And a couple of carpet. Stick you. Any other new things I want to build? Mirror. The mirror magic allows you to customize your vampire, so it's just a page where I want to rework my stuff. Painting frame. Sculptured wood. Castle decorations. Okay, so that's just decorative stuff. Let that do its thing. I love how it all just does it by itself.
This will not work.
Oh yeah, the growth. Alright, that's done, that's done. Let me take a look at my equipment. Ooh, options. Copper crossbow would be great. Much as I want the copper spear and other copper items right now, the copper crossbow would be ideal for a lot of what I need to do. I do like the highlights in green names already in there, so I can just go, oh yes, I can stack these. Possibly. If there's room anyway. Nice. Has a greater effect on minerals and rocks. Alright, and then a ranged thing. Okay, it's just range. It doesn't give me any bonuses on anything there. That kind of makes sense. Let's test it out. Apparently we don't have to worry about bolts. A little bit on the slower end. What's Q do? Alright. We basically took that guy's ability. We can work with that. That is a viable option that we can make happen and function with. I'm going to have to get more copper to build all my better stuff. But at least now I don't have to worry about having all my stuff just getting lost somewhere in the middle of nowhere if I were to die right this second. Far away, that way. Yeah, that works. Okay. I can work with that. Yeah, we can work with this. This is a viable option as a... And even though it's a little chunky on the speed turnover, it's still faster than... If I, like, it's still faster than my spell cooldown. Fight with me, bye-bye. I'm gonna just leave you. What's fighting over here? Oh, okay, well you... Oop, there's some more power. And can you imagine if minerals were actually just sticking out rocks in the ground like this? Like, I mean, yeah, you get them out of the rocks in the ground, but you generally have to be mindful. But if you imagine them just being out of the ground in little pillars like this, you can easily harvest from. That'd be so weird. More potential build sites. Getting a bit late. I should probably call it quit soon. I think we've had a pretty good dunk into this game and seeing how it works. We test this out on this thing. That was pretty effective. I'm pretty happy with that. Offer for me. Better. Okay. Well, I'm all filled up on blood at least this way. Always good to be filled up before a boss fight. Shame it's see, it's creature blood, which seems to be slightly lower general for what we need. This one goes up. Oh dear. Where are you all going? There we go. Hmm. Distance close. Can I get an idea on my map? Oh, good. Another warp gate. That's gonna be handy. Just don't step out of the shade. How do I move the map around? There we go. Zoom out, zoom back in it. Alright, Bandit Trapper Camp must be where this target's at. We got a Vampiric Waygate, which is going to make getting up here again later a lot easier. Or getting back from here a lot easier. In fact, I should probably make sure I have that gate properly secured. Oh, what is that? That jumbo...
I'm not making a dent.
Bear... Wait, what? Bear form or explosives? Okay, so it's a specialty form of... looks like copper, but I have to have a new transformation or explosives to it. Okay, okay, we can work with that. Alright, where's my warp gate at? Just up there. Guarded by a bear. Good thing jumping from heights isn't a problem in this one. Not Dark Souls, where, oh no, you fell more than 3 feet, broke a leg, died. Barbane Woods Waygate. Nice, so now we have a teleporter. Fast travel. That was pretty easy. Some more copper. I'm kind of trying to wear down the clock a little on the sun, because I don't really want to start a boss fight with sunlight going down all around me. That's gonna make my life complicated. Plus, I know I can use the item. I know I can use that copper, and I can probably use the stuff. That's wrong by. Drop stuff there, buddy. Work. Whoa. Hey, this is moving. Okay, I goofed that up. I was not paying attention. I got distracted by shinies, and then the shade very much moved around on me. Guess I was shaded from cloud cover? Okay, X, since I don't have anybody killed by stun. Space to respawn. We'll pop in right back up here at the gate, rather than back at my base. Forgot about that ability. I gotta remember that to see. Alright, time to go get our stuff and be a little more careful about it. Yeah, we dropped all our inventory. And I don't want to lose all that stuff. That was some good stuff. Take all. There we go. That's much better. Alright, so... yeah, Warlock Boots. Bring this back to a research desk to unlock new technology. Sick. So I guess we can get some new tech from other methods as well. Well, I think our target's in here. You're not my target. You're a tougher type of guy, though. Yeah, and he'll just be here. That. There we go. Where's my target? Okay, I could let a bear and a wolf out. After me, after all? Alright. Well, it was worth a shot.
My blood, restore my body.
There's stuff up. They are very close. Definitely in here. The ranged attack is nice, but at the same time, just hearing people is faster. Leather? I can work with leather. In fact, I could use some leather, so that's great. Oh, for the love of Pete, how many of you stupid patrols are there? There's my target.
From my veins, I rejuvenate.
And she's going way up. You're better to beat off of. You'll power me up a lot more.
Winter's come early. We better be prepared.
Oh, you have a line. That's cool. Yeah. Better archer. Okay, you hit harder. That's with ability. Okay. Oh, you got a bear after you. Alright, let me just... shield for me. Thank you. There we go.
This is
Look
the
at
end.
it.
So be it.
Okay, that worked out pretty well. Let's get our little drink here, and boom.
New knowledge acquired.
Really like those. Ooh, you're a good one. Let's just get a light green quick. Okay, you're ready. Die. There we go. Okay.
Yet another accomplishment.
I guess I should just get out of here and get back to camp now. Or something more dangerous comes out. But I think I get a spell point for frost-related spells, so that should be nice. I kind of want to test that out. And see what goodies I can get, because I'm hoping it'll give me something I can work with. It'll really pick up my game. Ooh, Ring of the Warrior, that's gonna want that. Yeah, okay, we'll just take all of that, thanks. Yeah, time to get out of here. Hold to unlock. Ooh, special chest. Vampires Hunter's Drape. Armor. Okay. Oh, it goes there? Alright. Stone Body. Bewitching Moon. Faces and Plants. Rusted Helmet. Alright, we can drop some of that. We'll take that. Drop some that. We'll take that. Oops, I want those. Okay, that works. That works. We got some sweet goodies out of this place. Worth raiding it. Time to get clear though, and yeah, I just want to go back, warp back to my base, and let's see what goodies we can make out of all this now. I've got the goodies, let's see what we can build with them. Can't use Waygate while carrying certain items. Why am I carrying that if it says no? Blood Essence, maybe? Best spell modifications. Okay. Wings Warrior. Alright, alright. Well, I guess we're going the long way home then, which means we'll form the empty water skin. Crafting potions, grants more protection against the elements. Leather, tannery. Frost spell, a tannery, workstation where any animal hides in the leather. I need that. Yeah, we got some good things out of all of that. I'll worry about that later. Oh, and assign the spell right now. Alright. Ice Nova. Conjures a Nova of Ice at the target location, dealing damage. Nova radiates outward, inflicting chill. Cold Snap. Block enemy and projectile attacks for blocking attack triggers an Ice Nova. Absorbing up to 50% of spell power. Okay, so basically similar to what I've got already there. Frostbat. Launch a projectile that deals damage. The projectile explodes upon impact, inflicting chill on nearby enemies, hitting a chilled enemy. freezes it. Nova or Frostbat, I think. 120. This one hits harder, but cooldown's no longer. This one I can get 2 charges. Yeah, okay, let's do the Frostbat, and we'll swap it into that slot. Nice. Alright, begin the long run home. You can actually get there without getting into a big fight with everything. Bit of a difficult range. Okay. I don't have much room for copper or anything else right now. We're just gonna move on. Don't want to waste these copper veins. On the off chance they don't respawn. Oh, that's interesting. Did wolves just ignore me because I'm a wolf? Or did they... Or was it just because I passed through? I'm on the wrong path. Wanna go this way. Go this way. Oh, this looks bad. Forest dweller, bunch of cocoons. I just freed you from being a prisoner of a forest dweller and just now you pay me.
I must make room if I want to carry that.
Alright, we're just gonna ignore them. And keep traveling along our path. Gotta go this way more. Survive. Yeah, being able to move fast in this wolf form is very handy. I can see why I would possibly want to move my base further in later, though. Because chances are I'm going to have to go further and further out as like my targets start to become harder to reach. So it would definitely be beneficial to just go, okay, pop my base over to this area now. We'll work from there. But right now, I'm perfectly happy with my base where it is, so we're just gonna call that it. Furnace. You in there. You in there. Production, refinement. This tannery, I need planks over here. One of these, there you are. Get my other stuff out there. Alright. Build tannery. And let's also build another one of these here. More than enough bones. Tannery, what have I got? Leather, empty water skin. Okay, so you can make the empty water skins out of a few things. Right now, I'm mostly interested in the leather. However, as that's what I need for a bunch of product that I want to build. Save a little bit of the animal hide for the moment, just in case I need elsewhere. For that does it. What else? Research desk. I need paper. I have paper just lying around. Ew. Alright, this. Build. This right here. Research desk. Warrior's Ring. Magic sources increase gear level and boost the power of spells. Just decorative. Warlock boots. Elegant robes inscribed with runes of power. It looks like I can. Basically, those books just give me an instant recipe, while some of the other things require other.
An achievement, to be sure.
Upgrade the castle heart to level 2. You can use the castle relocation heart to move your entire castle. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that just a second, but good to know. Get some more leather. Alright. This. Upgrade castle hearts. Copper. There should be some done here. Here we go. Let's see how this looks. Upgrade. Floor limit. Blood essence limit. Servant limit.
I can now expand my castle.
Alright. So now I can make a servant's coffin?
Yet another accomplishment.
Castle's foundation's wall, so I can make better walls and everything. That's nice. First, though, let me take a better look at what we can do. Oh, that's kind of nice. Make some really nice looking things. Back to bus. Patient gargoyle. I don't want to waste what little stone I have on stuff like that. Castle. Okay, so we can relocate using that. Uses a lot of blood essence, though. Castle flooring. Invisible foundation. Interior balconies can't be placed on ground level. Used to replace roofs while still enclosing a room. Walls. Stairs. Okay, so we can do multi-floors. That's cool. Wallpaper. Windows. Huh. A grinder. I need whetstone. I don't know where I get whetstones. Got all that. Got all that. Don't care about that. Got that. Wooden coffin. I don't see servant's coffin here, which is odd. Maybe it's a recipe we have to unlock, but we can now support one. Alright, get those put in there. Give me some more blood essence. Copper's coming along real nice. Let's see what we can do about improving our gear. Ring of the Warrior. Okay, spell power Okay, it's a much nicer thing. Crude rubies, greater blood essence, and a great victory. Long way to go before we get that. This stuff, bone guard leggings, rugged hide. Already got some of that. So it looks like our next step is copper seed. Copper mace, copper spear, copper axe. Yeah. Looks like our next round is copper. And then we can worry about proceeding and working on other products that we want to, like new resources and everything that we'll probably get from. Well, who do we have to kill next? This one, Errol the Stonebreaker, will give us a Chaos Spell Point, Drill and Gem Storage, and a Copper Torch Brand. Alright, a Brutal Mining Foreman. Just as adept at crushing stone as he is crushing bone, not even his incredible eye for recovering and refining metals was enough to stop him from being run out of civilized society. His violent rage makes a fine motivator for the force. It also probably should be noted, while I am currently taking these in order, you don't have to. I mean, you don't know, you can't track any of these higher level ones, and they're probably gonna be a nightmare to kill. But, and they even give you like warnings, match, challenging, etc. Grace in the armor, far away, very far away. But yeah, I could go after these ones as well, without having to finish up the lower tiers. I'm just doing it that way for the sake of making sure I am good to go. 3 days, 5 hours. Okay, we're pretty 7 blood essence for that. I do like also the pool, like the fountain looks different as we get different levels. Give me new stuff. Blood rest, thank you. Leathers, very much appreciated. We can make better armor for ourselves as well. And leather reinforced with sturdy, whatever, Night Stalker boots. And I could make a warlock boot. Okay. Oh, hey, there's set bonuses. I wasn't even realizing that. 2 of them, increase spell, right now, max health, physical power. Okay, so not everything has set bonuses. Good to know. For now, let's get the very nice boots, because those give us a lot of bonuses. There we go. Oddly red colored boots. Okay. Next, let's make ourselves a spear. Yeah.
I am missing key ingredients.
Oh, oops, I had enough. Oh, I had to use some for that, didn't I? Okay. Well, while we're here, I don't have enough coarse thread. I need to raid more bandit camps, it looks like. Because I need more thread. And I need to work on some of these other things. I don't know how to salvage items yet. There are obvious way to do that. Drop inventory. Crafting. Bone bow. Crossbow. Okay. Empty water skin. Dueling banner. A placeable banner that allows you to initiate duel against another vampire player. Blood pool. Attributes. Nice. Okay. That gives me somewhat to work with. Yeah, let's get a better spear now. These. By accessing a level 1 enemy castle heart, you may spend one level 1 castle key to trigger different actions, disable defenses. Standard, destroy castle. Claim castle, spend 3 keys to seize control of the castle. Available on merciless PvP settings. Copper key level 2, how does that change things? Level 2 castle keys to trigger different actions. Looks like they're the same setting though. I'm not sure what I'm missing on all that, but it doesn't seem different. Okay. Ooh. Nice. Okay, I'll leap forward, slam. Nice. I love that this mace is ridiculously proportioned to my general body. Or, at least a spear makes sense. Okay, we can work with this. Got to test out the ice. Is there a living critter around it all I can test this on? Yeah. We'll get an opportunity before that. Built that, we built that. Alright, I need to clean up. Let's store you, and water skin. Guess this is purely cosmetic. Those are equipped. Oh wait, we had more thread in here than I thought. Didn't realize we had more lying around. Where'd I drop that leather? New equipment, here I come. Alright. That, and that. Alright, while those are working, let's clean up my rest of my inventories pile up. Definitely want to hold on to that. Go versus. Okay, yep, that's definitely better matters overall. Okay, we are well equipped now for basically everything else we're going up against. We're matched with these ones, matched up with, oh, these ones now are showing up. Lydia the Chaos Archer, Clive the Fire Starter, Nibbles the Putrid Rat. That's the one we could summon. Oh, that's why it's got a question mark, because we actually have to summon that one. Finn the Fisherman. Guess we get fishing from him. Ah, how could I have guessed the fishing pole? The Power items and components and turn them into raw materials. Okay, so that's how we get rid of excess items that we don't want. This is our salvage chest. Another working station. We won't get that for a little while still. Minor explosive box. Sounds fun. Alchemy table. Rat form. Turns into a small rat and blends into the environment, making it harder for enemies to detect you. Taking damage breaks the effect. Alright. Yeah, so I think for now though I'll try to hit these more or less in order for the time being. Just for the sake of not losing track of things. That's over. Nice. And we're done with that. Let's just clean up and call it a night, I think. I better... Yeah, it's getting late. I gotta get to bed. I got work in the morning. All in all, cool game. I'm enjoying the layout and how this is designed. And the general, like, the base building and everything. I will say, I haven't tried it, so I can't say 100% for sure, like, the multiplayer. Being able to play with friends could be cool. But at the same time, playing with just randoms, just, I don't want to do that. No. So, I am glad that they gave the option for, like, hey, just do a private. Or like a hosted thing where you'd have to invite anyone. That's a really nice design choice. What do I need to upgrade this thing? Glass, reinforced plank, greater blood essence. We've got ways to go before we get that. I have none of those things. Good to know though. And this has that. I won't even mess with that right now. Yeah, I don't think there's anything major left on my to-do list. Ooh, there's a merchant over there. That should be interesting. I'm guessing that's what I would use these coins for? Where'd I have them? Yeah, I'm betting that's where I'll use the copper coins is the merchant. But I doubt I have nearly enough points right now. For anything. Let's see. Alright, I believe the guy we're looking at for next is in this area. Oh, I can set waypoints? That's cool. I didn't realize that. Right click, set waypoint. Add remove marker. Yeah, I think the guy we want is over here. After that, I don't... For now, though... Yeah, comments below what you guys think about the game so far. Liking it, disliking it. It definitely is a little slower than some games, because you do have to harvest resources, you have to take your time, you'd have to... But I do like that you can kind of use strategy, like you don't necessarily have to be... Your gear doesn't have to be the level of what you're going up against, it just really helps. You can still, if you're feeling confident or really good at kiting enemies and whatnot, you can pick them up. You can take advantage of another boss or other enemies fighting them at the time, distracting them or weakening them, or even killing them for you. When I was playing on my own solo, just like testing out the game before recording on a different character. I literally, like, when I went to find the wolf the first time, I started off over on the other island, like down at the bottom left. I started on the other entrance to this place and worked my way up in the end a bit, and I found what's her name? Goreswine the Ravager killed by something. I didn't even have to fight them, and I was able to just take their stuff. Which was actually really handy because they have a super powerful spell you can get. Unholy Spell Point gives you, and one of the spells is a thing where you shoot someone and when you hit them then it summons a skeleton, which is super great for keeping things busy. So yeah, we definitely got some targets for if I decide to continue this as a series, or whether I. But if I do just leave it at this, I hope I've given you a bit of a taste of the game so far. Yeah, hit like, hit subscribe, keep up new releases, and otherwise, have a great night. Bye.